cougar for a woman, right? I don't like that, really. But there's a mathematical way you get to it. You take a woman's age, divide it by 2, add 7. If she dates anyone younger than that, she's considered a cougar. It's a lot of math in there right now. Just Google it. Ask AI when you get home. So I can't date anyone younger than 35 now. And if I want a sugar daddy, he's 106. He's out there. That's why when I perform on the cruise ships, I'm just hanging out at the buffet by the pudding, just waiting for my man.
We are Moms Unhinged, a nationally touring stand-up comedy show. Join us in our podcast as we explore everything from motherhood, midlife crisis, marriage, divorce, online dating, menopause, and other things that irritate us. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moms Unhinged podcast. Woohoo! I am your host, Andrea Marie. I am joined by the amazing, the wonderful Stephanie McHugh. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you, Andrea. It is wonderful to be here.
Yeah. And Stephanie is one of our Colorado-based comedians. She has performed all over with Moms Unhinged. She performs on cruise ships. She's got so much funny material about that. Just really, really lovely to have you here. So, yay. I love these. I know. I love these conversations because I get to talk and catch up. Although I've seen you a couple times this week at different shows.
Know. I have. I'm so excited because it was a while before that I hadn't really performed with you that much. And we had 2 shows this week together. Yeah. So it was super fun. But it is nice to just talk for a half hour without having to.
I know. Worry about other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Right. I had it in my notes. This is so me, but I totally forgot until like 45 minutes before. And last night we had a show in Colorado Springs, which is like an hour and a half away from me. Mm-hmm. So I just did one shot with the owner because I adore Eric and it was his birthday.
Right.
And I guess that's all it took for me to go to sleep in my makeup. I just like barely put my pajamas on and went to sleep. And you said my face, I know some people aren't seeing it. My face looks great. This is literally a little bit of baby oil to wipe off all the mascara underneath my eyes and last night's makeup. And then I have my pajamas on still because the meeting I had before, she goes, "Oh my gosh, you look so cute. I like that shirt." And this, for everyone listening, is a pink shirt with black trim, and it has champagne
bottles,
fun,
super fun. Those are like exactly the type of pajamas I wear too. That is fun.
I had a show with Avril and Janae, and Avril looked adorable in matching pajamas and slippers, and I just had a big old t-shirt on and baggy shorts, and I'm like, dang it, you are the headliner. Look adorable like Avril does. So then I worked with Avril in Grand Forks, and I'm like all in my cute little pajamas, and she's in a big t-shirt. We gotta match. We gotta get it together.
That's so funny.
I thought I'm just gonna keep the shirt on. And some of you may be thinking, "Oh my gosh, are they doing the podcast at like 9 or 10 in the morning?" It is currently 1:15 in the afternoon.
I know. That is the fun thing about our comedians is we have some early risers like myself. I get up pretty early, 6 a.m. usually, and then for Nancy Norton and yourself, that's like the middle of the night for you guys.
Calm down. Yeah, it is. It's 4 a.m. What are you doing up?
Yeah. Oh my God. It's all good. I think we just shouldn't fight against it,
No.
Just do there's this culture around like, get up at 4:30 and the early bird gets the worm and crush. And I'm like, that's not your natural rhythm. Just honor your natural rhythm and,
Right,
you
right.
know, send
Yeah.
emails at 4 a.m. if that's what you feel like doing.
It does feel weird and it does inhibit my social media sometimes because I feel most alert and funny and productive sometimes at 1 in the morning. But then
Hmm.
you're like liking posts and commenting at 1 in the morning. I'm like, is that is that creepy? So I always usually send my emails to go at like 8 in the morning, even though
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
writing them. Yeah. So please
That's funny.
comment if you think it's creepy or weird if people like and comment
Yeah. No,
on
let us know
Instagram.
what you guys think. If it is
Yeah,
it weird? Is it weird to like send a, start a live, an Instagram live at 2 a.m.? Who
exactly.
knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
And some fun news about you. You are becoming a grandma, which is
I am.
unbelievable. Your skin looks beautiful. That is not
Thank
grandma
you.
skin right there. Baby oil.
Full
Who knew?
disclosure, baby oil. It could even be a little bit of baby oil on the
On the
on the
lens.
computer. It
Oh,
could be.
dang.
You know,
That's a
they
good
did
idea.
that back in the 80s for Moonlighting, that show.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis
Uh-huh.
and Sybil Shepherd. So Bruce
Yeah.
would look crisp and everything. And anytime I'd go to Sybil, it just had kind of the glow. This is not how I looked at the earlier call. So I think it's the baby oil. And I'm
All
not a
right.
morning person. So we
Yeah.
have 2 hours of looking great, and then it's just going to start sliding back down, which is fine. I'm not complaining at all. I'm going to be a grandma. Thank you for
That's
that.
exciting.
My daughter is the same age that I was pregnant with her, and she's having a girl. And
Oh, that's
I
so
am,
neat. Oh,
yeah.
I love
So excited.
that.
And I'm not really a shopper. And I think I was kind of with my kids, but especially when they were young, they got so much stuff that I didn't really buy a lot of stuff. And I remember my mom was so strict. Like, if you wanted good grades, you got good grades. You don't do it, you don't get money for it. It's just
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do. If you're
Yeah.
going to learn how to ride a bike,
Yeah.
no
There's
training
no
wheels.
rewards. Yeah.
You get
Oh,
on there,
no
you just
training
do what
wheels.
you need to do.
Wow.
And then with my kids, I don't know who this woman that was my mother is, but like, I don't do it on stage, but I feel like sometimes saying she would let them snort coke off her ass if they asked to. There's like no boundaries. Just eat whatever you want, whenever you want. If you want it, of course, we're going to do that at 10
Yeah.
o'clock at night or whatever. So I'm turning into, I'm still my mother. I'm like, oh,
Oh.
let's just start buying clothes now. And my daughter said, because I was getting like 18-month clothes,
Uh-huh.
you're like,
Yeah.
I just going to get so many for the first year. I
Yeah.
should just plan ahead. She's like, you need to calm down.
Yeah, because sometimes they grow differently and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
the season's wrong for the, for
I
they
know.
come out chunky or come out skinny and then it just all throws everything off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So weird. It's
So,
fun. It's exciting, but I just and you think you're going to be a grandma with when you have kids potentially, but when you really think about it, like it's really going to happen. It's
yeah.
kind of it's different. It's fun.
Oh,
I'm
that's
excited.
exciting. That's exciting. Well, congratulations. That's so
Thank
fun.
you.
So
I
fun.
do a joke where I talk about what do I want to be called. There's
Yeah.
grandma, Nana, Mima. I think I'm going to go with Carol. And
Love that joke so
it's
much.
fresh. It's hip.
Fresh. Fresh.
They already took Karen. They already made that stand. They're not taking Carol, not on my watch. And my daughter hates that joke. She,
I like
I
what do you
know
say? Carol's fun. She smells like
marshmallows and scotch at 8 a.m. She's the cool grandma. Yeah. So I'm going to go visit my daughter and son-in-law over Halloween.
uh
So we were talking about costumes and they were going to go as Nintendo Switch. So I was going to like get a gray wig and reading glasses and go as Nintendo 64. the old one. But I thought there's thinking about scratching that idea because we don't have enough time
Oh
to
yeah.
make him. I thought, what if I just get a T-shirt that says Carol, and
Just going as
and
Carol.
like have the gray wig, and she goes, no, because what if what if it becomes a thing and everybody starts and she starts calling you Carol? She doesn't want it. So I'm just leaning into it with Moms Unhinged
Yeah.
because in normal life, I will honor my daughter's wishes.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't get
I'm
it.
not
Yeah, I
joking.
know. It's hard,
Yeah,
but it's fun to think about. It
it
is.
is. It is so fun.
That's so funny. Oh
Yeah,
man. Now, you started comedy when your daughters were young, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to do comedy when I was in my 20s and single living in Chicago, because
Hmm.
wouldn't that be
Yeah. Right? You got
nice?
all
Yeah,
the
all
time,
the
Chicago
time.
scene.
Gross.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I didn't do it. And then when I had my daughters, I thought, gosh, what am I waiting for? Why am I not doing things that I want? So I took an improv class and then I met Matt Vogel, actually, a fellow comedian, and he said, you should do stand up. So I did. I started doing stand up and loved it and won a trip to the Las Vegas Comedy Festival, I think 9 months in. So that's kind of switched it over really
Mm,
nice. So they
yeah.
were like 3 and 5. I remember going
Wow.
to Julie's preschool for like the parent teacher, and they said, they ask, what do your parents do? And she said, you talk a lot on the phone and make people laugh. And I said, actually, I do talk a lot on the phone, and ironically, I do go make people laugh sometimes. So she's not wrong. Yeah, so they don't really know anything different.
Yeah, right, right. That is so true because before five, you have no parents, what they don't have a life, But
Right.
yeah, but that's interesting that they really grew up with you doing comedy. And you were still married at the time, right? Or
I was
no?
still married.
You
Yeah,
were,
I was
yeah.
married when I started, and then I think about 4 or 5 years in, we got a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar
Mm-hmm.
nuts. I don't call them
Sugar
sugar nuts.
nuts. Yes,
Yes.
sugar nuts, your favorite. Your
Yeah.
so and that is one of the things I do want to get into today because
Yeah.
I think it's just so interesting because you and your ex-husband, who you have a whole
Mhm.
bit about, and you call them sugar nuts, which is hilarious. And you guys are amicable and yeah, still talk, still communicate, or
Yeah. It ebbs and flows, but I always feel like it's amicable.
yeah.
And so, like, I haven't talked to him as much recently, but I always wish him happy birthday, happy
Yeah.
Father's Day. And it was
Mm-hmm.
really important to me, too, on stage to be fun, but never put him down. That
Yeah.
is the father of my children.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that it's amicable. I feel like that's a testament to both of us working
Yeah.
at it. I know there's some people out there that, if the other person, that may not be as easy for them to do, or that their partner isn't
For sure.
as
Yeah.
helpful. But
Yeah.
gosh, it has helped me to just, there's sometimes in life in general too, like I get so mad and I want to just lash out.
Yeah.
But if I just calm down,
Right.
and if you're like, how do you calm down? I'm like, raw cookie dough, like half a tube of it.
Just
Rinse.
process my
It
feelings.
was healthy, but
Yeah.
yeah, and just be calm and no tone to
Yeah. Yeah.
the communication. Man, it makes a world of difference, and it
Yeah.
is so hard. I'm not saying it's easy all the
Right.
time, but
Right.
you hear other people's relationship with
Yeah.
the other parent, and it can be
Yeah.
so, and it just can start so easy, and it's hard
Yeah.
to
Well,
come
it's
back.
so exactly. And like all of a sudden it's just escalating and escalating and lawyers are involved and like it
Yeah.
continue to be involved for a long period of time. And it's hard on the kids. It's hard, and I'm not saying that, there's no judgment because it is hard. It's
Yeah.
you know, it definitely it is about tone a lot of times because I know sometimes I'll get a little text. My ex and I are amicable as well, and I really appreciate that being able to have that amicable relationship. But there is sometimes where I know we each know how to push each other's buttons after 20 years. We know how to just
Yeah.
little like word it
Uh-huh.
like that, and it's going to piss him off. And, and so it is about like, okay, just taking a breath and not responding right away, just
Right.
thinking
Yeah.
about like, I think it takes a lot of empathy and understanding on both sides.
Yeah, it does. Two women came up to me after the show in Louisville that we had at the Louisville Underground. And
Hmm.
one of the women said that she's just going through a divorce or it just ended, and she had three teenage daughters.
Mm,
And how hard it was because if she tries to set a boundary, then they, sometimes will just go over to their dads.
yeah,
And that's got to be so tough. So
yeah,
this is rewarding to me
yeah,
to hopefully have them feel heard and be able to laugh. I mean, we have
yeah,
different situations, but just laugh and
yeah.
give yourself a little bit more time to just kind of calm down before you have to have that other
Right,
communication with a partner and
right.
hopefully or your kids. Three teenage daughters, that alone.
Yeah,
I
I
think I
know.
lucked out. That's a weird way to say it because he got remarried and she was, I didn't know it at the time, not nice to the girls
Oh no.
at all.
Gosh.
And
Oh,
he asked for a divorce, but I think the normal daughters in teenage years can tend to rebel against their mom, which is sort of a normal
yeah.
time to do
Mm-hmm.
that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That we didn't really go through that because
Yeah.
she was the
Yeah, they
target.
were
Yeah.
yeah, they were
Mhm.
happy to be with you and, not have that. Oh, that's hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hard because it does get really weird when all of a sudden now you're introducing other partners into the mix and it can get really weird, like just with
Can. Yeah.
additional
And
people.
recently, too, I think the girls kind of wanted a little more space
Mm-hmm.
in between Sugar Nuts and I. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I would tend to go over to, his house if the girls were in town. And that may happen sometimes also anyway, just so they don't
Mm-hmm.
have to try and go to so many. So even though I don't want to, I just want as much time as I can
Yeah.
with them. They're the
Yeah.
only two people that I would like be happy. Otherwise, I feel like I'm an introvert. Like I'm good by myself. But
Yeah.
if they want to hang out all day, I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
So being respectful of just where the kids are too,
Right.
and having that
Yeah.
ebb and flow.
Yeah, yeah, that's huge. And I do appreciate the way you talk about them on stage and you kind of make it fun with by calling them sugar nuts instead of something disparaging, but I think that is a great model for other people to see. Like people think, "Oh, is that a possibility? You can do
Yeah.
that. You can still get along afterwards and it's
Yeah.
just not as common."
What was really helpful for me is when we were having trouble while we were married, he actually asked if we could go to Landmark Communications,
Oh
which is
yeah.
kind of yeah, self-help. I'm not sure exactly how you would, but I made it my mission statement, I suppose, is I would do whatever I could to support him to be a good dad. So,
Yeah.
sort of when you run everything through that, it
Yeah.
shifts how you would respond in that
Right.
moment when you're really angry and sort of like, does this support him being a good dad?
Right. Right. Right.
So,
Right.
so that was helpful. And then now just a little more space, I think, with
Yeah.
the girls.
Well, and you don't have to do as much communication when the kids are older out of the nest. You're
No,
not,
right.
it's really just for that period of time where, you really are still working on supporting the kids in a bigger way. And,
Exactly.
so that is a weird thing that also comes up is that, I'm like, oh, I can go months now without possibly,
Yeah.
you
And we
know,
do. Yeah, we
yeah.
do. We go long times, yeah, with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But with
Yeah,
the big
definitely.
grandbaby coming, like we'll be at the
Yeah.
baby shower. They have a couple's
Yeah.
baby shower, so
Oh,
men and women. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And I do like how you talk about how you walked your daughter down the aisle
Yes, we did. On our
together.
wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, Andrea, because that was weird. To kind of get in the,
You're
but
both walking down. I mean, you couldn't foresee that. Oh, in 22 years or whatever it was, we'll
yeah,
be walking down the aisle again together,
yes,
but we'll be divorced.
but not. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that was wild. He did during the pandemic and a little bit before the pandemic, he had a food truck. And so he lived in a northern Denver suburb, and he sent me a screenshot of what do I want to say? He went to a restaurant receipt, and it said sugar nuts for his name because they had seen me perform, and they knew because of him being around with. I'm like, yes, I have made it, and I sell
That's
boxers
hilarious.
and boxer briefs with sugar nuts on it, and he's like, I should get a cut of that,
I should get a cut of that.
for being material. But yeah,
Oh,
it,
that's funny. I know it is interesting doing material about an ex like if they're still in the neighborhood. Like that was one thing that I had to kind of navigate a little bit. I have a few jokes about my ex-husband who he's
mhm.
approved them. He approved them. Although I did do something that was new that he hadn't heard, and someone he knew was just livid that I was talking about him on stage, and she went to him and was like, "You got to lawyer up and so
Oh
I was
yeah,
like, "Okay, I need to make sure." He's like, "Hey, I have to live in this area too, so let's just work on what we talk about." And so I'm like, "Yeah, that makes sense." And it wasn't even
yeah.
that bad. It was just someone who was
I
kind of triggered by
know.
the whole thing.
It sounds like, yeah, not to be rude to her, but it does sound like a her problem. Like again,
Well,
she
right.
didn't
It is.
think it through, or
Yeah.
she came in
Yeah.
hot and angry at
Yeah.
him
I mean,
instead of
some
letting him
people.
decide how he wanted to feel about it.
Right. Some people do have, when you have a bad relationship with your ex-husband and it's just so contentious, I think and it's a friend of yours, you might be a little more protective and
That's
thinking,
true.
you don't know what the relationship is like between, that we are amicable and we still have
Yeah.
Thanksgiving together every year.
I love your joke about, yeah, you're not going to cook the turkey all the way. That's good.
No, but
You
I
are
am
on.
grateful that we get to model different way to be with the kids. So that's good.
I just love, yeah, how comedy in general, too, now. When I started, it was way more, less people up at the top, it felt, or less diversity. And now
Mhm.
you can see just a comedian who you can see yourself in a comedian. There's someone up there
Yeah,
for everybody. Yeah.
and I think that people are doing kind of. I don't know if this wasn't the case, but it does feel like people are telling personal stories that are, kind of showing themselves in could be a very vulnerable light sometimes, to
Yeah.
because I think that is where a lot of funny things come in when you are like examining yourself and being like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then you say it, and then everyone else is like, hey, that's me too.
I know, right? That's fun. That's the beauty of
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Now, one thing I like to ask everyone is
Hmm.
for an unhinged moment you have, and it could be when the kids are young or older or whenever, something, or even
Yeah.
with your own family.
In this stage of life, I feel like the girls know so much more sometimes than I do. And
Mm,
I am always trying to be better about social media
hmm
and coming to terms with that. Because sometimes you hear, oh, you shouldn't be on social media that much. We do. Just like what we're talking about comedy, to be something light and fun, that'll make someone's day better. That's what I go with. So
Yeah.
I love donuts. And I'm trying to make it more personal and fun for myself. So I love a Krispy Kreme cake batter donut. I even asked ChatGPT, how does this sound for like my profile on TikTok and Instagram? Life's short. Sometimes I eat the donut. And it's like, that's great. And it gave me a couple other options. And so I'm so proud of myself. And I see Rachel, I go visit Rachel, and I told her, I just changed it to life's short. Sometimes I eat the donut. And she goes, Mom, that means you like anal sex. What? What? And I had even tried to make, because a cake batter donut at Krispy Kreme has yellow frosting with confetti on it. I made an emoji for that, but TikTok won't let you put that in. You have to use the chocolate donut with chocolate frost. It's a donut with chocolate frosting. And I had that emoji right after it. And so the joke is I say, I just switched it to life short. Sometimes I like anal. And that doesn't mean you like donuts either. And Rachel goes, just don't use any food emojis, okay, Mom? Just stay away from the food emojis. Don't
They all have
do
double
it.
meanings. Don't do it.
And
You
a
don't know
woman
what
is-
you're getting into. You're getting into a threesome with a watermelon. I don't know.
You can go weird fast. So yeah. And one woman said, she came up to me after the show at Looney. She goes, I just sent my husband an eggplant and a chocolate donut. And she goes, I was not meaning anal sex. I was meaning regular sex. So
I
it's
know.
funny.
It is. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep
is.
up with what means what, and we're trying to be hip.
Trying. Just got to run things by. ChatGPT, too, by the way, gave me no clue
Yeah,
that
come on.
it was like, good job, Stephanie.
Yeah.
And then Rachel said, hey, just for the record.
Yeah, ChatGPT. I mean, you're trying to use ChatGPT to be hip
Yeah.
and kind of figure it out, but that failed you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
follow me at Steph Comedy. And then if you see me put anything inappropriate, please let me know. It's a safe space in the DMs. We all need to stick together. Oh, I know what I was going to say. That's one of those jokes that I love saying the setup because you can totally tell how old the audience is by the
Yeah.
response.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
when we had the show in Louisville, I remember there was a lot of people with younger kids and they
Yeah.
laughed at the setup.
Yeah, they know.
knew
They
what was
already know
coming.
where it's going. They already know. They're like, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, poor
Yeah.
old lady. Yeah.
That is so funny. That's so funny. Well, this has just been so much fun. Why don't you let people know where they can find you online? Well,
Oh,
Steph
yeah.
Comedy. Yeah.
Steph
And
Comedy.
what else? Where
For
else?
Instagram, stephaniemccue.com
Okay.
is my website.
Okay.
And those are, about it.
Okay.
Follow on
Great.
Instagram is what
Yeah.
I'm focusing on now.
Yeah,
that'd be
I
great.
know. Instagram followers are huge. Make sure you follow Stephanie and Mom's Unhinged Comedy.
Yes.
Both of those for sure. Lots of clips. We'll be doing podcast clips, comedy clips, information about shows, all of that stuff. So thank you so much, Stephanie, for joining us today. It's been so fun.
Thank you, Andrea. Yeah, if anyone out there, I love seeing the progression, Andrea, of your sets. You're just really on fire, and it's so fun working with you. And all the moms.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening, and make sure you subscribe, share, and follow us on the socials to get more comedy clips.